I work for UNDP, and together with UNICEF, we've recently launched a social venture incubator, namely KolbaLabs. So I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes telling you a little bit about what KolbaLabs is, how it works, and hopefully why it's special. So, what is a social venture incubator? I mean, basically, it's a way of creating this. Social good. That's what we want to do. We want to help you find problems that are really meaningful to you and help you come up with solutions. And perhaps these solutions can create social good for many, many more people. Now, we don't mind if you scale these ideas as a revenue-generating social business or a social enterprise, or if it's just a project that can create a new model for public services, perhaps. But the main focus is this, social good. Now, this didn't start 3 months ago in July when we launched it. It started way, way, way before that, when we discovered a methodology, a tool called Social Innovation Camp. Now, how many of you have heard of Social Innovation Camp? We got one, a few more, yeah? Now, how many of you heard of Martamech? Okay, a few more. That's good. I like to hear that. So what we did, we brought Martamech to Armenia. And this was a way, as I've said already, of helping young people in Armenia define problems that are meaningful to them in their lives, in community, in society. And it took them over the course of a weekend with a great team of friends, of specialists, of mentors, took them from that idea of a social problem to a prototype, an action that could help solve that issue. Now, if you're looking for an example of what Martamech created, you just heard from one, Anna. Anna came from Martamech, and she, over the course of Martamech, prototyped a new model for governance of the blood registry in Armenia. Incredible. Now, how would an organization like the UN ever have found someone as brilliant, as driven, as passionate as Anna, had we not had Martamech? So, how does it work? Well, we start with a call for ideas across the country. We use social media, we use workshops. We try and find young people with a problem they want to solve, a problem that's meaningful to them. And we help them to articulate it. And we then take a panel of judges drawn from civil society, from the business sector, from the government, and they look at these ideas and they decide whether they agree that this is a social problem, and second of all, whether they think that what these young people have suggested as solutions are actually solutions to the social problem. And thirdly, they think about, does this have potential for scale? Could this be a social good? Could this, much like Anna's project, change the way government works? Could it disrupt the way a public service is currently delivered? Could it disrupt the way health services are produced? Who creates these goods? That's what they're interested in. Does this have potential for social scale? Can we get many, many more people engaging in a social problem? And that's what's wonderful about technology and about all these digital tools that Alex was talking about earlier. It enables people to, with a sense of a problem, to test those assumptions, to see if other people have that same sense of an issue. So once those judges have had a look at the ideas, we then create a prototyping event. And the individuals, they turn up at the event with everyone else that's applied to KolbaLabs. And over the course of a day, they prototype their business model, their project model, whatever it is that's going to address that social problem that they've identified. And they build it, they make it at the event. And that's what Anna did. She made it. She came to Martamech with an idea of a problem, i.e. the current construction of the blood registry, and she had an idea for a solution. And so over the course of that weekend, she made a prototype just to see if it could work, if we could use these tools to address this issue. And then after the event, she then went off and tried it. She tested it in the real world. And that's exactly what we encourage the teams at our prototyping events to do. So once they've built their prototypes, say, right, go out there into the world and test it. Get some feedback. See if it works. And what we've done with KolbaLabs is, with Mardamej, that's when we ended. Now, we provided a bit of ad hoc support. Maybe the UN gave a grant to some of the teams. Maybe they arranged a meeting with them, with a mentor. But that was about it. And what we've done with KolbaLabs is we've added more support because we felt we were missing an opportunity to be really catalytic. We wanted to leverage all the resources in Armenian society to help these little projects, these seeds, turn into social good. And so what we do now is we give the teams access to training workshops, we give them access to mentors, and we help them through design cycles to iterate quickly. And so if perhaps their prototype fails, that's not the end. Pivot, change direction, improve upon your existing model. And at the end of that process, we bring in lots of different donors, different social investment funds who look to invest in these ideas. Now, what's so special about this for, say, the development sector, for one? Well, first of all, it's changing the way we conceive of projects. So in the past, you had, the government aid agencies. They would design a project from the top down. They would decide that there was a problem that they wanted to address. They would then, create a project. And much later in the cycle, would you actually test those assumptions that you used to design the entire initiative with end users, with beneficiaries, for want of a better word. I've got 3 minutes. Okay, I won't take that long. Whereas now, that's completely reversed. You tell us about the problems in society. You build prototype solutions to those issues. And all we do is use UN influence with the government, with other civil society organizations, with social investment funds, with business, to try and help you scale your ideas and turn them into social goods. It's about creating opportunities for young people to realize their ideas. That's what we're all about. Thank you. Yeah, good question. That was why KolbaLabs. So, to our mind, the Kolba that you start with is your idea. It's a little beaker. In the bottom, you have your idea. Then you come to our lab, and you add things like a team and a mentor. And slowly you build this prototype venture. And every so often, it comes together into something really crazy. And that's how you get your social good. Is that okay?